offensively against Mississippi State? What was working?
Made some good shots in the second half. Obviously, it could have been more if I wasn't in foul trouble, but definitely finding back a good little rhythm. That come on, like a rough week was pretty good. Having the ball in my hands.
How have you gone about avoiding foul trouble? Have you seen kind of trends throughout the year in your fouls, or is it different stuff each time? What have you seen?
Well, honestly, I feel like a couple of fouls the last game really weren't on me. But, wrong positioning, we went over in film session. Coach paid off for point out things that I did and I should have done. So, but trend-wise, there's been some games that there's been fouls on me that's been questionable, but also it's on me as well, being in the right position.
You talked about that film. What were some of that? Obviously, the bigs with Pell, but just the whole. What was that film session like after the way y'all lost that game?
Well, it was intense. Can't go over as much detail about it because we'll keep it a little private, but it was definitely intense. But we learned a lot. We're going to get better from it. We always learn from film, so we're going to get better from it.
Individually, what do you take from that game? Do you take it as a disappointment that you fouled out again, or do you take it as it was one of your best statistical games in terms of scoring?
I actually don't take it as anything. We lost, so I'm disappointed. Obviously disappointed myself that I fouled out, but like I said, I learned from it, and we're going to bring our best effort for Tennessee.
What do you see from this team when you do kind of play a ranked opponent or somebody? I mean, you got another ranked opponent, but I think 4-1 against top 25 teams this year. What is it about playing those teams that this team seems to get up for?
I don't know. I just think that we bring our A game for top 25 teams, and that's something we need to do for every team, bring our A game. And to be honest with you, I can't tell you why it's like that.
Is there a difference?
How do you go about getting that consistency that you're talking about?
This comes with work, man. This comes with work. We need to bring that passion and effort for every game. Games like Missouri, games like Mississippi State, games like Ole Miss, where it hasn't been there, we needed to be there because our record should be better.
Can you kind of sense, I guess, a lack of energy before games like that?
Not necessarily. You can't sense it because you come in every game thinking you're going to win because that should be your mindset for every game. But it's something we're working on, and believe me, we're working on it.
So when do you know, that you didn't have the same energy? Is it something that you look at during film, or is it something that maybe during the game you kind of realize it?
Definitely the film shows like where you're lacking at and where you're not doing. So the film doesn't lie, it never does. But during the game, you definitely want to bring that you're playing, and you're not going to be like, wow, we're going to lose today. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely not thinking that. But there's just some games that it just hasn't been there, and I don't know why.
Is there a time? I guess what I'm asking is there a time during the game where maybe you can catch yourself slipping?
Definitely. There's times in the games that you're definitely like, all right, let's pick ourselves up. Let's get it going right now. Like everyone, this is what you need to do is step it up. And it's been games that we've done that, we've won. There's games that we've done that, we've lost. So it's just basketball.
You were in the position, obviously, because of fouling out. You were on the bench that last 12 minutes or whatever when they were in the bonus.
No.
I guess when you're watching that and they're putting up shots, I think 7 in a row the last 3.5 or whatever like that, from deep. When they're only up by 3, it just seems like decision making may not be there at certain points. What are you watching when what's your judgment at that point?
Well, honestly, my teammates were trying to make shots to help us win the game. Everyone on the mind was just trying to help us win the game. So I don't think it was really bad decision making and whatnot. I just think they're trying to make shots to help us win. And that comes from maturity and time.
Obviously, as one of the veterans, is that something, or one of the older guys on this team, is that something that you take on yourself to pull these guys aside at those moments and be like, hey, we can't do some of this kind of stuff. We have to be more consistent.
Yes and no. Yes, because you want to be like, hey, man, try to take a little better shot. But at the same time, no, because these are shots that are capable of making. So,
couple more questions.
Yeah.
You seem to be getting a little bit more comfortable in your role on the team. What can you attribute that to?
A lot of hours in film and a lot of hours working with the coaches on the court, and definitely just finding a nice little rhythm, nice little groove to get into. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.